Hello and welcome back to some more Breath of the Wild. Okay, for this episode, okay, we'll be focusing on the completion here in the Great Plateau by simply going to this spot where it says follow the Sheikah Slate. And then we have here this mysterious pillar. Still as beautiful. Uh, uh, what the?
あなたは100年の間眠っていたのです。この怪物が本当の力を取り戻した時、世界は終わりを迎えてしまう。手遅れになってしまう前に、早く早く。
Goodness. Are we late or something? Well, still, that animation, that cutscene was so beautiful. Okay, so anyways, we just unlocked here some map towers, I would say. So we're here at the Great Plateau Tower. Well, it just gave us a map of this portion of the whole entirety of Hyrule. Well, we came from this part, the Shrine of Resurrection, and we are here at the Great Plateau Tower. Okay, so the next step that we do is go down. Okay, and this here, just be careful if you're first time. It's quite tricky because this pillar itself could lead to your untimely death. Ooh, close. Right. And it will be a tricky fault if you just go straight down. Oh,
Ho ho hoy!
it's young man. quite the enigma here. These towers and others just like it have erupted across the land, one after another. It's almost as though a long dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. Do not mind me asking, did anything odd occur while you were atop the tower? Hmm. Well, I heard a voice.
Oh,
Well, now, a voice, you say? And did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice? Uh, well, she has a beautiful voice, but no. I see. Well, that is unfortunate. I assume you caught sight of that atrocity shrouding the castle, enshrouding the castle. That is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that vile entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, the very symbol of our kingdom, the Hyrule Castle, has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. There it festered, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It would appear that moment is fast approaching, and my old bones are aching. I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to the castle? Well, me being courageous, I do.
ho, ho, ho.
I had a feeling you would say that. Ooh. Here on this isolated plateau, you are surrounded on Uh, we are surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs with no way down. If you were to try to jump off, though that could be more certain or more foolish, it's basically suicide.
Ah,
Of course, if you had a paraglider like mine, that would be quite another story. Paraglider? Oh, piqued your interest, have I? Yes, I didn't come soaring down here on my own feathery wings, you know? Worry not. I will happily agree to give you my paraglider, but not for nothing. Let's see. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? Hey, isolated plateau, a new mission. Well, let's look. Okay. And this. The isolated plateau. After you descend from the tower, the old man told you that the kingdom of Hyrule was destroyed 100 years ago by Calamity Ganon. You heard a voice coming from Hyrule Castle, but you cannot reach it unless you leave the plateau using the paraglider. The old man said that he will give you the paraglider in exchange for the treasure that lies within a hidden location somewhere. Well, basically, this is another tutorial.
oh.
Oh, come and let me show you something. Okay, what is it, old man? Oh, well, he stopped. Do you see that structure there? The one shining with a strange light. Oh, you mean that one? It began glowing at the exact moment those towers rose up from the ground.
Ho,
Uh,
ho, ho.
I would think such a place might house some sort of treasure, wouldn't you? treasure for the paraglider. A fair exchange, I believe. Yeah, I don't know about that. But still, it's part of the mission, and now get a sweet paraglider. Okay? Oh yeah, this is a very good place though. Oh, I'm just venturing there and just going willy-nilly without any assurance that it's a safe place. But still, it's better than nothing. Oh, let's try to sneak in and get some butterflies. They are some good items. Submarine firefly. Yes. Alright. So once you have got or obtained specific item, it will automatically show its name. Oh, here we are. This is it. Oh, the Omen Owl Shrine. Then we have here a chest that has EX on it. So this is a chest that you acquire if you have bought the DLC or if you have bought the game early. But for my case, it was bought from the DLC. Let's see what's inside. Hey, Ruby. Nice. Okay, now let's try to enter. Let's try to take a peek outside. My curiosity is going to kill me. But anyway, whoa, that's a very thick fog. And if I try to jump, I'll just lose HP. Anyway, anyhow, oh, crap, I do have half of a heart. Oh, so let's eat an apple to replenish that miscry. Okay. Now then, me being sidetracked and distracted, let's go to this shrine. She was sleep confirmed. Travel gate registered to the map. Access granted. You know, it's been a question for me every time I open and play this game. That monologue, or the one that's confirming access to the shrine. I don't know if the shrine itself talks or the Sheikah Slate is the one that talks. But still, let's enter this shrine. Well, I'm not gonna skip this first shrine, but uh, uh, there will be a lot of shrines, so I'll focus on not skipping this part. Hey, the Magnesis shrine. Omen Owl. Sounds like an anagram for Auduma. Okay, so the first thing that we see here is this pillar. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. You put your Sheikah Slate and get some magic powers. Sheikah Slate authenticated. Distilling room. Hey, magnesis. Okay, manipulate metallic objects using magnetism. Okay, all right, a rune extracted. All right, So if I want to use a rune, I just simply press the L button. Okay. Alright. Right. Anything that glows when you use magnesium is metallic. Okay, we know in science that magnets attract idiots. No. Magnets attract iron or metallic materials. But it must be magnetic in property. But anyway, if that's science shenanigans, let's do it completely. Alright. Alright. Just to be safe. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, that's the first bot, or rather guardian, scout. Okay, so we have here a small puzzle, or rather a simple puzzle here. Okay. So what you will do is use your magnesium, this metal slab, whatever we call it, and simply put it down at the right sweet spot. Up, alright, sweet spot. Up. And then you will get hooked. But there is a chest, and I'm interested. As long as it's here near and it glows yellow, the magnesis can reach it. What's its contents? Let's see. Hey, more bows. Okay. So a tip here in this game is that the more resources, early resources, is to be used is a better decision. Check. Now, the more resources, the more weapons that you have, the more is that you're likely to save. Okay. There. Okay. So you'd use obviously the magnesium to open these two ginormous doors. Okay. And you see here this quite odd statue. You have proven to possess the resolve of a true hero. I am Omen Al, the creator of this trial. I am the humble monk blessed by the sight of Goddess Hyla and dedicated to help to seek to defeat God. With your arrival, my duty is now fulfilled. In the name of Goddess Hyla, allow me to bestow this gift upon you. Please accept this spirit orb. The spirit orb. What's that? Healthy? Okay, so we got a spirit orb. Okay, a symbol of courage given to those who have overcome the challenges of a shrine. Okay. May the goddess smile upon you. And he dissolves. Well, it's better than just staying as a statue. Oh, let's continue. Let's continue on. We got our first shrine and our first spirit orb. Okay. Well, that
Ho
was
ho
quite
hoy!
the old man. It seems you managed to get your hands on a spirit orb. Well done. Oh, how did he know? Clairvoyance. Or perhaps just something similar. As one gets older, it can become more difficult to see what is right before one's own eye. However, that which was once hidden from view can often be crystal clear. But perhaps that is not true for everyone. The appearance of the towers, sorry. The appearance of those towers and the awakening of this shrine. I'm sorry, I just got a little bit hot, Spas. It
Ooh.
is all connected to that Sheikah slate you carried on your hip there. What do you mean?
Ah.
It has been quite some time since I have seen that Sheikah slate. Long ago, a highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these planets. The great power of their wisdom saved this kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago. Or so it is said. It is interesting, however, to think how something like that survived all this time, hidden away in a shrine.
Oh.
These shrines are tucked away in numerous places all across this land. He's just basically saying that there's a buttload of shrines in this whole game. On this plateau alone, I believe there are still 3 more.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Bring me the treasure from each of these shrines, and I will give you my power. Hey, that wasn't the deal. Oh,
Hmm.
well, I suppose I changed my mind. I'm sure that won't be a problem for a young go-getter like you. Since I'm feeling generous, I will also teach you a trick for finding shrines. It's always best to survey the area by looking around from a high point. Let's see here. How about you make your way up to the top of the tower again? Are you joking?
Oh.
This, this,
Oh. Oh.
this is being at tall, tall, toilet tower. Oh, oh, oh. I am afraid not. Do not worry. I have another trick to share with you for your reference. Take a look at that map on your sheet of slate.
Ah.
See those blue icons? You should recognize the cave where you woke, the shrine you came from, and the tower. That was good. You can travel instantly to any of those places with the Sheikah Slate. Huh. Teleportation. Or so I heard quite some time ago. I do not know if it actually works as such. This old man with his sketchy, shady foreshadowing. But I'm not yet done. There is this metallic. Hey, those are some chests. Let's try to get that chest first. Well, for this game, I won't be able to give you 100% of anything. Where the chests are, 100% of the total game itself. But I still help with some little knickknacks to help with the journey. Ooh, an amber. Nice. The other is opal, the other is amber. Let's try breaking this. Okay, because I know that some of these metallic boxes or cases has loot. Alright. And we have arrows and baked apples. And that's it. Well, I don't know if it's randomized or it's set. We just only have arrows and a baked apple. But I digress. So let's go to the top of the tower. Hero Paths mode unlocked. Okay, so if we press X on the map screen, it will give us how we venture. Well, by the way, the Hero's Path mode here is DLC. Okay, so this game has its own DLC. So, but if you play the base game, it's simply a map. It will give you any information. But if you have the DLC and you press the X button, okay, it would show you where you started from the game and how you ventured. Okay, all those green lines that we see here, the squiggly greens, that is how you the path that you have tracked. That's why they call it the hero's path. And get it? Okay. And anyways, let's go back to our mission. And you can travel through any towers or any shrines that you have set your Sheikah slate upon. Okay. So, let's travel to the Great Plateau Tower. It's still a good experience, though, to replaying this game. Ah! The old man!
Oh, oh, oh.
Goodness, old man, what are you doing here?
Hmm?
I'm surprised it took you so long to catch up with an old man like me. How did you... Oh, leave an old man in his secrets. Goodness. Maybe he can jump really high. Now then, I
Oh.
wanted you to join me up here so you could use this as a vantage point to search for shrines. Did you know about the scope on your Sheikah slate? Look through it and you can stick a pin on anywhere you like to mark on top of the tower. Oh yeah, you just need to press the right stick and then if you set a specific area that you'd like, then
Hmm.
you'd pin it. Okay, so sorry, the pins on your map serve as reference points for your travel. Just stick a pin anywhere you're interested. How do you know? Experience, wisdom, instinct? Call it whatever you will and believe it, only if you so please. Go ahead and take a look if you feel inclined to do so. Well, okay, so that is the first thing that we need to do. Okay, this is another mission of this episode to finish the shrines of this game. Sorry, you finish the shrine of this game, it would be quite a task. So we will just be finishing first the shrines of this area, the Great Plateau. Okay, so we'll just go and open our scope. Alright, so if it's your first time using the scope, it will show you that animation. Okay, so in controlling the scope, you could use the gyroscope of your controller, or you could simply use your left stick, rather right stick. Okay, so that is our first shrine up there, and press A. Okay, for that. Right. Next, I see a shrine with my. Sorry. I spy with my little eye a yellow glowy shrine. Okay, that's the second one. Okay, and then the third one, I think. Okay, it's up at that area. That point. There. Okay, so if you're not that sure if you got all of the shrines in your tower or in your map, you can simply just refer to your map, look at it if you got it all within the plateau. Okay, so there. Okay, I have here, and then at here. Okay, so first come, first serve. Okay, I'm just gonna go venture it down. You could do whatever you want. You could travel to the first shrine, or you could just simply track down. But I live on the edge, and I'll just simply go down again. Just be careful if you're going to track down again. You might fall, and Link is not gonna be happy about that. Okay, but still, it's quite an adventure. All right. Now then, let's go visit our first shrine, which is quite near. It's in this area. Okay. sound effects in this game. No? It's quite the sound, quite calm. Like you're really at the adventure. You're in. You're in the game. Such good sound, such good. So just simply follow this blue bookmark. Bookmark. This blue pin. Okay, this will be my first. Rather second shot. Okay, so just be careful because it's already getting a knife. Oh, alright. So we have here another enemies, which is our skeleton goblins. Alright. So okay, if you smack down a Stalfol enemy, okay, you could get their parts as a weapon. They only are similar to choose, but unless you dismantle them, and you automatically hit their head. And we have a Bauko Spear. Yes, these enemies as well have their own droppings. Items. Right. So I have its hand as a weapon. And I'll just simply trek up here. Alright. So, don't enter at this first. Don't leap here. I do suggest just simply going up through this wall for a much easier venture. Because later on we'll be seeing I'll be shooting these idiots. Because when you shoot them in the head, you could easily defeat them. But as long as there is a head, okay. As long as there's a head, oh, okay. So another tutorial. The remaining stall enemies would still be alive, or the body of the remaining stall enemies would be alive, as long as there is a head. Alright, so let's say the lowest. This Bokoblin arm is about to destroy, so I'm about to just flick and get the trapper. But I'ma just stick with the Bako Club just for now. And enter the shrine. I'm just gonna skip the animations or the cutscenes because we have already seen it. Oh, this would be our second shrine. Right, skip. We got the bomb trap. Okay, so this is one of the staple elements of the Zelda series. Okay, the bombs. So let me check out first. Okay, so we got the remote bomb by Rune Extract Kit. Okay, a bomb that can be detonated remotely. Alright. Alright, so you could change your runes by pressing the up button. Press and hold the up button and you can switch it using the right stick. Okay. So let's try out. Okay. So, alright. So we have here two remote bombs. One is round and one is square. Okay, so press the R button. You could simply just drop it, pick it up, or you could just throw it. And once that bomb is placed in your desired area, just simply detonate with the L button and okay. So for this round bomb, it's more of a slope area. But if you use this cube-like bomb, it's more of a stationary bomb. So if you just place it, it won't roll out, it won't move. It'll stay on its own place. Okay, so at that area there is a bomb, a bombable area, a bombable bomb. And at this, you get, I think, yes, a traveler's claymore. But we have lots of Pogo blocks, so I'm gonna just remove one of them, or rather the weak link, which is this Pogo spear. Okay, so I'm gonna take that traveler's claymore because it has a load of damage. See, from 4 to 10. Wow, goodness. Alright, so I'm gonna change to the round remote bomb. Just be careful of the area of you using that bomb because it will hurt. It will hurt ass. Alright. Alright, so that would be your first step. So I didn't explain because I was quick. I was rushing. Okay, so this platform moves. Okay, and you will use the cube bomb because it doesn't move. If you use the round bomb, it would totally move. Okay? But next, okay, we have here. You see here this place, this portion, this contraption. It has a hole. So this is perfect for the round bomb. So simply drop it in. Right, and it will just fling it and where's the bomb? Oh, goodness. Failure sometimes happens. So let's just wait for it to become to drop the bomb. Alright, so that's what it should happen, and then detonate. Okay. Alright, so in this place there is a chest. So you simply hop here and then you'll be flung. It's being demonstrated by that as well. Hey, an ember. Yeah, it's being demonstrated by the ball. And then we could go up because we destroyed those bombable blocks. Right? Okay, so now let's go and claim our second spirit orb. Okay, so skip. Okay, may the goddess smile upon you. Okay, thank you very much. Alright, so that's two more to go. Rather, yes, two. It's two, and you have two more to go. Well, so far this game is quite amazing for my preference. Well, as long as you kill those stall enemies, okay, those are stall foes by the way, it won't respawn. Okay, so simply, okay, now you have your bombs. Okay, I'll just use the stationary and move out to this range and detonate. Alright, so as easy as it is, okay, but there, I see with my little eye, a chest. Okay, it has EX on it, so it is a DLC. Huh. Nintendo Switch shirt. Okay, so this is basically a wall breaking item. Okay, so let's try to just simply wear it. Ah, all right. So instead of just that old rugged shirt, I'm wearing this Nintendo Switch shirt. Okay. Now basically Nintendo Switch is canonical to this game. All right, so let's venture out. Okay, and move into the next area. Okay, so you can start it whatever you want. You could start it at that yellow pinned shrine or that red pinned shrine, whatever you want. Okay, this game is notorious for its very free code. Goodness. Alright, so this is one of the staple events in Breath of the Wild. Not all of these called it the Guardian. Okay, not all of these Guardians are dead or out of commission. So we have no ability for that right now. So we'll just sneak by, okay, and get the hell out. Okay, so I'll be going on here next to the. I'll be going to the red pin shrine, which is that one. So what the hell is that one? Ah, I'm being followed. Okay, so these enemies are what they call keys. Okay, he's another staple Zelda enemy. Or rather, Zelda mob. Okay. So now we'll be moving at this area. Okay. Alright. It's really a peaceful game. Oh, you may see here. This part is also what makes Zelda a very good game as well. Because look, the enemies have their own path. They are enjoying their leisure life. But no me, I'm playing. So enemies, no good. Okay, so I'll be just sneaking, putting out my arrow, and just disturb their crud. Okay, so okay, so I'ma just take that shield from you. Okay. Well, so much for being sneaky. Hey, I got an arrow. Alright, so I'm gonna be stealthy. Alright. And phew. Alright. Look. I'm gonna be stealthy. Finish. Okay, I got another arrow. Or rather a bow. A buckle bow. Oh. So I have a total of 5 bows. Right? So we have here. Okay, this is another environmental mob, the bees. So if you want to be safe, just shoot this. That's an item, and then run the heck out. Okay, so we got the cursor bee hunt, but still that's an angry mob. Okay, so you could simply just run and you can face these bees head on, but I'm Link and I'ma just run. Okay, it will follow you by some seconds and then it will just return. It won't follow you forever, so that's why I chose just to simply run. See? There's no more bees following you. Alright, so as much as you could see here, any shining items, please do get it. Okay, it could be used for eating, for healing, Stamella rooms. Ah, I wanted that. Wanted to. So if you see here, there's a pot and this item here, which is a torch. Okay, and then we have here the most legendary shield. Okay, so we got an assortment of shield, well rather three same boho shield and then this potlet. Okay, so we could stay here, we could sit, and we could pass time. Okay, so it's still morning, so I'll just be venturing on and get this. Oh, what's this? The old man's diary. Okay. On the desolate plateau, the only pleasure that brings me comfort is cooking. Okay, today I outdid myself. Truly, I created the perfect dish. I call it spicy meat and seafood fry. Okay, this recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm, even when traveling in the snowy mountains. With this dish on my side, I no longer have need of that itchy warm double. Ooh, a bit more. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems I forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contains raw meat and spicy pepper. Okay, I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Sadly, on this lonely plateau, I only have my knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm soup. However, it seems unlikely that such a miraculous wish will ever fulfill. Okay, so it's this is a unregistered quest, but if you could, you'd get a warm double. So let's get these items here. The spicy pepper. Okay, even at these portions, this has spicy pepper. Uh, Spicy pepper, yes. Okay. And then we have here some baked apple and some stomach. Okay. So if you want to get that warm double, okay, we would hunt and eat. Okay, so being Breath of the Wild, you become a hunter. So I see with my eyes a pigeon. Or simply just catch, or rather, make it my dinner. Alright. But it specifically needs meat. Okay, and then the other, it says that it is, sorry, it's spicy meat and seafood. Okay, so if you want to get some seafood, okay, you'll need to trek back, you need to keep trekking back to an area where there is water. Oh, sorry. Okay, which is this area. Okay, the Omen Owl Shrine. Okay, so if you want, you could get that. I'll be doing that because it would give me a big favor for the very last shrine that I'll be doing. Because that shrine, that yellow pin shrine here, is placed in a very cold area. Okay. So, so I'll be venturing here where there is a lot of bodies of water. So if I do look at this area that has water and I do observe it, okay, I would see right fishes. Very good fishes. Okay, as a good citizen, I would simply just throw bombs and kablooey. Alright, but please don't do that. That's dynamite fishing. Okay. Alright. So with that, I have obtained one of the necessary ingredients. Hyrule base, which is seafood. fast and quick travel. Well, this is not registered as a quest, but if you do this, you'll get that item. Okay, I would say it's a semi quest. But still, you get an item you won't pay for. Okay, alright, so I'll be just going up again, traveling, just run. Okay, and don't mess with the broken guardian because we don't have yet that strength. We don't have that because you die instantly. Just please, if you're starting your game with just only 3 hearts, unless you're a masochist or you're an expert in Zelda, okay, don't face that guardian head on. It'll mess up your life. Just kidding. You'll just die constantly. Well, moving on. Okay, I'll be just simply cooking for that. That will be just only your 3 ingredients. So cooking is also a staple here in this game. You'll get lots of buffs, debuffs, if you cook. Hey, some fruit. Okay. So the thing in cooking, okay, you need to be in front of the stove, okay? And you need to hold those specific items. Let me just sort. You need to hold those specific items. Okay, so I have here is this spicy pepper. I need some meat, which could be raw bird drumstick. And I need a Hyrule bass. Okay, so you can cook. If you have your items, your ingredients, you could simply cook. And there we get our item. Right, the spicy meat and seafood fry. Okay, so that food, okay, it grants you 5 hearts and then it grants a low cold resistance. Okay, so a filling dish made by cooking fresh seafood and meat together. Okay, alright, so here, okay, we got that item and I'd be just simply passing the time, wait for the night, talk to the old man for me to get that warm double. Okay,
Oh, oh.
alright. If you wait for night, he would automatically, magically appear right next to you in that stove or in that cookpot.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, fancy that. So we meet again. What are you doing? This body of mine isn't what it used to be. Recovering from a bout of hard work that takes a while. You're hungry. I have an empty pot you can use to cook yourself up here. Okay. So if you have cooked that spicy meat and seafood, you just click here. I cooked something, and you show it.
Wait, is that... That looks just like my signature perfect dish. The spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you...
Well, I suppose that is not important.
Can I trouble you to share the recipe?
Oh.
Of course. Hyrule base. How could I have forgotten? Well
Oh.
done. Now please, allow me to reward your culinary efforts with this warm double.
Okay.
Thank
Ah.
you very much. With that, you will be able to resist the fight colder infinite.
Excuse me.
As for me, I know a great spicy meat and seafood fry recipe, so I can do without that warm double. Okay. It won't show a quest, but I did the quest. Alright. So, the next episode, okay, we have finished these two shrines. Rather, right, we did finish these two shrines. And we'll be continuing the next two shrines. Okay? So, thank you very much. And see you again the next episode. Peace.